As I said earlier, we're going to be talking about something most people don't want to discuss. But we have today with us nutritionist Susan Schofield, who will help us ease into that. So, how are you?
I am great.
Good to have you back. You're
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Great
Thank
stuff. Great
you.
stuff. Cleansing. Most people think of cleansing as going, taking a shower, taking a bath, whatever. But we're not talking that. We're talking about cleansing the insides of your body.
Right. We're talking about internal cleansing.
Yes.
And what we want to realize today is health begins in the colon. Okay. Very, very crucial. And colon cleansing is a part of your natural body's process when it comes to digestion, assimilation, and absorbing your foods and using your foods. But there's a lot of misconception of what normal elimination is.
Okay.
So, I don't want to shock you now, but you're meant to have 3 to 5 bowel movements a day.
3 to 5.
Yep.
3 to 5.
Yep. You're
All
meant
right,
to have
so
3 to 5,
wow.
1 with each meal, 1 when you get up in the morning, and 1 prior going to bed. And they're meant to be around 6 to 12 inches in length. Okay.
Wow. Okay. That's a
a
big
lot.
difference because most people don't think of it that way. Most people don't think of the importance of it actually, and I guess they don't pay attention. Most people don't.
They don't pay attention because of our lifestyle and the stress that we're under, but today I know we're focusing on the colon, but you also want to realize between having your 3 to 5 bowel movements a day, you're also meant to naturally eliminate 8 pounds of toxic waste through your 5 major channels of elimination.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
That is a
but
whole
that's what normal normal is. And your other eliminating organs, obviously you have your colon or your bowels, you have your skin, which is your largest eliminating organ.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah.
It's huge.
Okay, I understand. Gotcha.
And then you also have your kidneys, your lungs, and your lymph system, which all contribute to that 8 pounds of toxic material being eliminated. And people, like you said, they think about, when they think about cleansing and hygiene, they think about externally, not internally. Even though we take our car to the mechanic and we have our fluids checked and our oil changed.
Good analogy.
And
I like that.
we also know what happens when the pipes in our homes get clogged and our drains get backed up, and that waste comes back into your home rather than, being eliminated through the plumbing system in your house. So the cleansing process is very natural, but what we want to do is assist that process. And in today's society, constipation just happens to be the #1 ailment out there.
Really?
So if you're not eliminating properly, if you're not having the 3 to 5 bowel movements a day, that backup, that toxic waste has to go or stay somewhere. And when it isn't eliminated, then you're going to manifest other symptoms like bloating and gas and Crohn's and IBS, irritable bowel, diverticulitis, fatigue.
Yeah.
All of those things come from the lack of proper digestion and elimination.
Wow. So, I mean, nobody wants to talk about it. And like you're saying, our lifestyles have changed, I guess, dramatically from a long time ago. With the stress and of course the foods we eat. We talk about that so much on here about proper nutrition. I mean, I'm sure that helps too.
Oh, it definitely helps. And so for people, if they're asking, well, where should I start? How can I assist the body in this natural process? The first thing that you would do is increase your fluid intake, increase your water intake. Okay, so #1 rule is when you get up in the morning, before you have your cup of coffee, before you eat your breakfast, you want to have 8 ounces of good, pure, clean water.
Right, okay, I'll work it in there.
And then you want to drink somewhere between 8 and 12 glasses of water throughout the day. So
we do that a lot here, though.
Yes.
See, we're in the Arizona area, and we do a lot of that here. So that's changed for me too. And the point you made about your skin, because it's so hot here, I realize that too. I'm eliminating a lot more water that way.
Because what you want to do is you want to hydrate your body,
Sure.
but you also want to assist the kidneys in their elimination, and that takes pure, clean water.
Which helps everything.
Yep, which absolutely helps
good,
everything.
very good.
The
So-
second thing,
I have another question, but that's all right.
let me tell you
That's
this,
all right.
and then you can ask me.
Because you've got a lot of it, so.
The second thing that you need to do is improve your fiber.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Okay. See, I knew your question
Yeah, I know.
already.
It's,
You need to improve your fiber. And in days gone by, that came through our vegetables and our fruits. But today, we aren't consuming the same quantity of whole, pure, and natural, organic, homegrown
Right.
fruits and vegetables.
And we touch on that so much here too, because it's the natural, the greens, more vegetables, reading your labels and everything. We're all back to that because there's so many chemicals out there. And you were talking about toxic elimination. I never thought of that. 8 pounds. I mean, if I'm eating healthy, you're still telling me there's still toxicity in just eating natural.
It's waste product.
Okay, well, that's
It's
true.
waste product.
Okay.
And when it sits and it's not eliminated, it becomes toxic. It putrefies because it's not being eliminated. And so the fiber helps increase that mobility, that movement in your intestinal tract and your colon.
Right.
And then the other thing today that we suggest is that people increase their psyllium whole intake. That also is a high fiber food.
That's where I've heard
Plus,
it.
yep,
Okay.
it's a high fiber food. Plus, it will start absorbing that toxicity that has just been sitting there.
Wow.
So first we want to increase our water intake. Second, we want to increase our fiber intake. And then along with that, we want to look at our diet.
Okay.
Okay, and we want to constantly improve our diet. And when you are cleansing, you want to eat more vegetarian type eating style. So you want to increase your vegetables, you want to increase your fruits, you want to decrease your processed refined foods, your wheat, your dairy. Because what we're trying to do when we're cleansing is we're trying to give our body foods that it can break down and assimilate easier and assist in that cleansing process. Okay? Then the next step is to actually do herbal supplementation.
I was going to ask you that because you were also talking about natural foods. So if we're getting away from all the processed foods and we're getting back to natural, that's going to aid a lot in our digesting and eliminating stuff too. So back to labels and getting rid of the chemicals and everything. And now herbal supplements, we talk about that. I take chlorella. And I remember you talked about that before. It has a lot of fiber, and it's my greens also. So that's a start.
That's a great start.
Okay, I'm getting there.
Yep.
So I'm working my way.
Yep, that's a great start.
So what other herbal supplements possibly?
Well, there's a lot of herbal companies out there that pre-package specific cleanses. But what's very important when you're working with someone or when you go to buy a cleanse, you want to buy a cleanse from a quality company. And for example, when I work with an individual, I find out their strengths and weaknesses health-wise, because sometimes I have to start out very simple, very gradual, very gentle, and then work into a more potent and specific cleanse. With somebody, for example, that has inflammation in their intestinal tract, has the IBS or the diverticulitis, we might just start out with liquid aloe vera and liquid chlorophyll and chlorella and just focus on green. And then once that healing takes place, then we'll move into a colon cleanse, which has the psyllium hulls, the marshmallow and pepsin, the acidophilus,
The marshmallow what?
marshmallow and pepsin.
We're not talking marshmallows.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. Marshmallow and pepsin.
You caught me off guard.
Yeah, probiotics.
I'll eat those.
No, we're talking about clean, whole, pure, natural.
I know, that's why I was like,
Kelly.
marshmallow. I mean, we joke around because this is a serious subject. And it makes people uneasy talking about your bowel movements and things. I mean, it does. Well, nobody really wants to talk about it.
It's very important.
It's very personal.
It's very personal. It's very important. And when you start doing colon cleanses, you will become what I call a stool watcher. Because the
I'm
longer
stool
you're,
watcher. That's a song. That's it. I'm a stool. Oh no, that's a game show. Never mind.
the longer you cleanse, Which, you know, when I start working with someone, I have them cleanse from 2 to 4 months,
Okay.
5 days on, 2 days off. And what happens with your colon is you're going to start pulling out materials and plaque that have been stuck in that intestinal tract. And what's so amazing, when I started doing this early on with an individual, she actually started eliminating enteric-coated aspirin tablets that she had taken, she told me, 10 years ago, that had gotten lodged in her intestinal tract.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
I'm not trying to be funny. That's scary, actually.
It's very scary. And so what you want to realize is that you know, people will say to me, well, who should cleanse and when should I cleanse? Everybody should cleanse, and you should do it at least twice a year.
Okay.
At least, minimum. And you always start out with your digestion and your elimination, and then from there we would work into doing parasite cleanse. We would do gallbladder and liver flushes. We would maybe support the lungs and the lymph, those being all the major eliminating organs.
Wow. Again, it's something serious. We're joking about it, but everybody needs to do it. Everybody has to really look at what goes into their body. And now you're talking about herbal supplements, all natural, and bring them, I guess, circle of life, if you want to call it that. But it's so important.
Well, because the whole reason for cleansing is to get your body eliminating like it's meant to eliminate, which gets back to that 3 and 5 bowel movements a day.
I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
Yeah, and your green will help you. Now the next step is to target that colon.
Well, it's been great with you again, as usual. Lots of good stuff, and we talk about it, and we don't want to talk about it, but you need to. Thank you again, Susan.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful. I'm sure you'll be back for more exciting moments about cleansing or something.
It sounds great.
So we'll be back.
You're welcome.
Wonderful.